Hello, hello, you can check Portal Games, this is blah, blah, blah. Hello, hello, you can check Portal Games, I'm a game designer of Robinson Crusoe, Detective, Imperial Settlers, and this is another day of quarantine. So I'm here stuck at my home, and today in this very special edition of the vlog I'm going to invite you to my home and show you my game collection. Let's go! So what you see behind me is my book collection and comic book collection, but of course you are interested in board games. Of course! So I have them hidden on many different places. If you look, and here you can see some board games here and over there. So let me put the camera on the table and I will bring you some games to the table to show you what I have in my collection. So first things first, we are going to this direction. I don't know if I can, oh, bad lighting, so I'm not moving this camera, but I'm going over there for the games from my collection. Hello, my wife Mary. Say hello to people.
Hello to people.
There's more than 2 people. I'm going this direction because there are 4 games from the very beginning of my collection, so I'm bringing them. The stack of these games, many of you probably never even heard about these games because these are old titles and there is a story behind each of these games. So now let's start the Kingdoms. Back then I was signing my games because I was bringing them to Polish convention. It was times before the board games industry in Poland, very old times. So every geek was bringing their very own games to board game conventions to just share them. So I had to sign my game that at the end of the convention I can find my very own copy. So Kingdoms was the first modern board game I ever bought. It was 2002 or 2003. I don't remember. And the story behind this game is that I read somewhere in the internet that there is this very famous, amazing game from the French designer Citadels from Bruno Faidutti. But because back then my English was even worse than today, can you imagine, I was speaking even worse than today in English, so I made a mistake, and instead of ordering from online store the game called Citadels, I did order for the game called Kingdoms, because these words are so similar. And therefore, instead of amazing, so fun role selection game with special abilities of each characters and building the front of the city, masterpiece from Bruno Faidutti, I got these boring Reiner Knizia games about getting points and nothing more. Luckily, this boring Reiner Knizia game turned out to be amazing, and although it has a zero theme, although it is just mathematics on the board, it is very smart, amazing, and it stayed with me for all these years. So I have this game in my collection for almost 20 years, and I'm playing it once in a while. For you, you may recognize this title because the same mechanism, the same game was used later by Fantasy Flight Games in the game called Beowulf. But this is the old edition Silver Line. Back then, Fantasy Flight Games was not known for these big, amazing, grandiose games with the plastic miniatures, but they were releasing small boxed games, and this is Kingdoms. After I got these Kingdoms, of course I ordered Citadels. I have here my Polish copy, which is called Citadela. I got Citadels, I keep it in the office as a sentiment copy, but of course at home I have Polish edition because I want to play with my family, with my kids. So Citadels, yes, it made it to my collection. It was second game I ever purchased in these modern times of board gaming. Which reminds me that I was supposed to tell you about my collection. I have so many questions of the type in the interviews: how many games you own? I have no clue how many games I own. First of all, I have games here at home, and actually I should count them and give you some number. So these are the games that I want to play with my wife, with my children, with my family. So these are the games that we here at home, Trzewiczek's home, we love. Then there's the whole other collection of games like Kemet, El Grande, Shogun, Battlestar Galactica, and other the games that I that I play with my friends at office during the after hours. So just the games that include a lot of combat and plastic miniatures and dudes on the map, basically. And I have a huge selection of games that I play with my friends after hours. And then I have another huge collection of the games that I own and I never played. And so I have no clue if these games should be at home or in the office after hours collection, because it's the games that I need to discover yet. And this is once again a huge collection of the games. So loads of boxes in many different places. I am a lucky guy that I can keep my collection at home and in the office, so I have a ton of rooms full of games. Next in this pile of Fantasy Flight games, I have a Polish edition, but English looked exactly the same. Drakon from Tom Jolly's. This is one of the all-time favorites. My wife Mary, she loves this game, Drakon, and this is the game that was released in Poland in 2004, so many years ago. It won Game of the Year in Poland. Back then, we played hell of this game back then with Michael Oracz and my friends in the office, and I still like this game. It's a Munchkin style game, I would say. It's a lot of...
It's not Munchkin.
It's take that element, a ton of stealing each other and playing bad abilities against each other, so it's quite right into my face. I don't like these types of games, but this one, lots of sentiment from the old time, so this is Drakon, still in my collection. And the game that I have in 3 copies, this is the most fancy one, Cave Troll, the new edition. I have also Polish edition of this game, the first edition, and I have the first edition of this game ever released by Fantasy Flight Games. I have these 2 another boxes in the office in my sentiment pile. And this is the game I kept because I'm the moron, because nobody at my home wants to play this game with me. Everybody at home hates this game, but I still keep this game because I absolutely adore it. And the story with this game for you is that we played Cave Troll back then in 2005 when Michael Oracz was designing Neuroshima Hex. And the whole battle system that you know from Monolith Arena and Neuroshima Hex was inspired and directly stolen from Cave Troll. In Cave Troll, in particular moments of the game, there is a scoring when everybody scores for the gold, because we are dungeon crawlers and we want to bring the gold from the dungeons, and every other time there is some scoring phase, and this is mechanism that Michael took it to the Neuroshima Hex, and that's how battle system in Neuroshima Hex was born. So this is my pile of 4 Fantasy Flight games from the times before FFG was doing all these amazing, big, grandiose games.
This is the stack I do not like.
Another stack of games, and now we are in the section of Ignacy's bragging, because now I will show you the games that we, as my company Portal Games, released in Poland. And these games I keep at home, not because I keep every Portal Games game. We release so many games that I have no room for keeping all the games that I publish, but these are the games that me or my family likes to play. So first of all, Avalon in America by Indie Cousin Boss released amazing game, and of course the Resistance. My kids love to play this game, a perfect game to trade to your father. So Resistance and Avalon on my shelf, released in Poland by Portal Games. Pojedynek Ninja is Ninja Tyson, released by a Japanese company in Japan, and we bought the Polish rights for this game. It's a very smart, very small micro game for 2 players. I play with Mary sometimes this game, Pojedynek Ninja and Ninja Tyson from Japan. I have Tides of Madness. I don't have with me Tides of Time because I have an app for Tides of Time, so no app, no physical copy because I play app, but Tides of Madness doesn't have app yet, so here I have Tides of Madness to play with my wife sometimes. I have Convoy, and this is my manifest. This is my... Nobody wants to play this game with me. Everybody at home hates this game, but I don't give up. I keep this game. Maybe my grandson, maybe my granddaughter will want to play with me. So I keep Convoy, even though nobody at home likes this game. Zombiaki is my game that was released only in I think it was released in English as well. But this is the special anniversary edition in Poland. Zombiaki is a game about the zombies. This is the Zombiaki 2, which is the Zombiaki Attack on Moscow. I'm very proud of this game. It is a tower defense game I designed many years ago before tower defense was invented. I was the first one to invent the tower defense. Nobody wants to play this game with me at home, but I don't care. I keep this game in my collection.
And the small sabotage?
And this is the game I hate. This is the game I'm not going to play. This is Hearst Manifest. This is Hearst. I'm not playing Tichu. No way. And I have two Pixel Tactics Polish Edition. Polish Edition is released in such a box. Pixel Tactics 1, Pixel Tactics 2. Unfortunately, this game was not very successful in Poland, so we did not did Pixel Tactics 3 and 4 and other. I love this game. I think it's a great game. You should check it out from Level 99 Games. Amazing designer Brad Tolton. So these are the small boxes I have at home, released by Portal Games. These are the games that sometimes we play at home and we enjoy them a lot. And now let me take you over here. You see these games. This is a stand of the very old games that I still keep in my collection. Let me show you. This is Reiner Knizia game released in Poland under the title Pan tu nie sta, which means I don't know how to translate it because it's an idiom. I don't know the original title because it is the case that this publisher in Poland, Egmont, does amazing job. They are buying rights for the old games and then they are red-simming them. So I have no clue what was the first edition of this game. And by Reiner Knizia, I have it in my collection. Nothing smart to say here, so let's move on to another Reiner Knizia. There are lots of Reiner Knizia. Here, Lost City is absolutely classic, and I keep this game not because it's a classic. I keep this game because I love it. She can't play it. I win every single time.
Oh come on, it's the best one.
So Lost City is a perfect game for the couples. I have it, as you can see, it's a very old edition from Germany. Amazing title, and very similar game in gameplay, but it will be different from Rudiger Dorn. Serce Smoka in Polish, which will be in English Dragon Heart. I don't know if it is the actual title in English. Very similar mechanics to Lost Cities we played as well. And with this game, Mary sometimes wins. With this one, never. With this one, sometimes she wins. Now the old title that I bet you never heard about before, so here is a treat. This is the game Uptown from Corey Hats, released by Fun-Again Games. Fun-Again Games, famous game store from many years ago, and they published a game called Uptown, and this is the game that I brought from Essen. It was, not very appealing. The artwork is not super amazing. But I checked it out and it was super fun game and it stayed with me for many years. This is the game that uses the mechanisms of Sudoku, as you can see. So we are filling rows and we are filling columns with our tokens, but it has a ton of area control mechanism. We are fighting for these squares, we are fighting for control over the different areas. Very smart, very interesting game. I love it. Uptown gem in my collection, not available anywhere, I guess, in the world. And the biggest treat from this shelf is a Boomtown. I have the edition from the face-to-face games. I'm afraid this company is not existing anymore. Back then in Essen 2005 or 6, I visited Essen as a reviewer. Before I was exhibiting at Essen, I was a reviewer. And I was visiting the show to bring some games to Poland to publish reviews, and the face-to-face was kind enough to give me a ton of boxes to review, and one of these boxes was Boomtown. This is the game, believe it or not, designed by Bruno Faidutti and Bruno Catala. Big, huge names in the industry today. And this is a bidding game. It went totally under the radar. In Essen for years it was in a sell-out boxes for €5, which is like $5, and nobody was interested. Everybody was just selling this game out. Very unsuccessful in Germany. I'm not sure how it went in America, but I guess not very well. And the story behind this game is that I took my copy to my friends, friendly competitors of the company called Egmont back then. We played this game. They loved this game. I contacted them with Bruno Faiduti, and Bruno signed a contract with them. A Polish edition changed the whole artwork. Instead of Western mining gold mines, the Polish theme for the game was the pirates. And the game became extremely successful in Poland. The sales in Poland were bigger than in any other country, and it became classic in Poland, although under the different title. So this is a short story how I brought to Poland by networking and helping other publisher to bring this Bruno Faiduti's Bruno Catala gem. Amazing game. For no reason, I have no clue why. Very unsuccessful everywhere except Poland. And now I guess we should talk about the card games, because as a designer of this lighting is killing us. You know me as a designer of 51st State and Convoy and Imperial Settlers and Empires of the North, and basically you know that I love card games. So let me show you a couple of card games I have in my collection at home, and they are spread all over different places. Small boxes, I'm trying to put them in very different places. So let me grab them, put them on the table, and we meet there. So I'm back. Let me once again show you a strange thing that I have at my home. So first of all, I have a Citadels, once again Citadels, but this edition is very special. It was my first time at Bruno Faiduti's Gathering of Friends. He invited me. It was a huge thing for me back then, and it is every single year to be invited to this amazing private convention. And to remember this convention, to remember this day, I brought home from this convention Citadels, beloved game from Bruno Faiduti, but in the special edition, it is edition from Indonesia. I don't speak this language. I have no clue how to read this rulebook, of course, but this is like a sentiment, like something to remember from this very first time when I was invited to Bruno Faiduti. Citadels from Indonesia, never played it. From Bruno Faiduti, I also have a super special, unique gem that is called De la Orc something Braves. And this is a real-time drafting game about you drafting in real-time armies of different orcs and trolls and dwarves, etc., etc. And then after this real-time drafting is finished, then you set up your armies and fight with each other. Extremely crazy, hectic, as Bruno Faiduti's best game. 4 to 7 players, about half an hour, pure crazy fun. I play this game like once every 2 or 3 years, not very often, but it is always super hectic, super fun time. I'm not sure even but I can buy this game. And look at this. This is Asmodee, before Asmodee was a monster. Asmodee editions back then, many years ago. And this is a game by Alan Moon and Bruno Faiduti. Here, my very first roll and write, and I got it as a gift, and it is homemade version. It's not official box. This is a Quicks, but this is a Quicks that I was gifted by a friend of mine. He gave it to me as a super unique, super special gift back then, before roll and write was a thing, and he just printed from internet the balls. He laminated for me. He bought some dice and markers, and it was a very unique birthday gift for me, and I really appreciate that. And it started my whole love for roll and write games. In the collection, of course, we have another copy of Tichu, because there is never enough copies of games that we don't play. So yes, we have another Tichu in the collection, and of course we have more, but I will not show too much. Of course, we have some games with cows. Never played it. I will not play it probably, but Mary loves cows, so of course we have to have a game with a cow on the cover. I do have, if anybody is interested, of course I do have Friday. It's an amazing game. I really like this game. Great design from Friedman Freezer. So yes, designer of Robinson Crusoe has Friday at home, and yes, I'm playing this game once a while. So this is it. And now let me show you more things. Of course, I have Demand at home. This game is crazy. This is not a game, this is experience, but I respect this craziness, and sometimes when we are in a very strange mood, we play the mind. My kids don't believe that I want to play with them. But yes, I do have the Mind. And if you're talking about the big games, of course I have the game. Also, this is the 2-player variant of the game. I have also the full variant, but I don't know where. The game. And I really like the game. I really like the game. This is a very solid Spiel des Jahres winner. We played this game many times, and it's amazing. It really is. I have the Fantasy Realms, a very smart card game that went under the radar, as many small boxes games. Like small boxes game, they have at the very beginning a very difficult time. It is so much easier to grab attention for the players if you are Frost Heaven, huge box. If you are Gloom Heaven, if you are Ankh, if you are Rising Sun, if you are Atrophiles, all these big box make you pay attention. This small box, they have so much more difficult time to grab your attention. This one is brilliant. I get it as a gift from Kerdy during UK Game Expo. This is our friend and volunteer, and he was helping us at the UK Game Expo. At some point he brought it to me and he said, "Hello, surprise, I have a gift for you." This is a game he loved, and he thought that I will be enjoying this game a lot, and he was right. We played with Mary and my kids, and this is a absolutely perfect card game for me. Lots of combos, synergies between cards, very fast, great time. Fantasy Realms from WizKids, I strongly recommend. Rage, because trick-taking games, Mary loves them. I cannot play them, but sometimes when we have friends over, I try to make a fool of myself, and then I put a trick-taking game, and everybody's making fun of me because I cannot play them. We have once again a gift, Red 7, but this is a very special edition I got from my friend from Chicago, because this is a Red 7 Avengers edition. So we have Iron Man. Oh yes, do you see Iron Man? And we have I guess Black Widow, and this dude, you remember, Hulk, and of course Thor, and Captain America, and Hulk, etc. Red 7 in this very special edition. I also got it as a gift from my friend Tony in my collection. I love it. This game is super random, super stupid, but it's quick, it's fast, it's fun, and I really dig it as well. And to keep some stories and to keep some information going from this vlog, not only showing the boxes but giving you some interesting insight. This is a little box released many years ago. You can see a date here, 1999, long time ago. Game Ferrator, designed by Marcel André Merkle, the guy who designed Carcassonne. And this small box is amazing game released in in Germany. And where is the story with this game? This game is, the small box inspired Bruno Faidutti to create Citadels, because this is the first game, as far as we know, of course, this is the first game that used the mechanism of character abilities. So you have these character abilities, and you have a character selection, and everybody is picking characters, drafting one, passing another to another one, and everybody is picking characters. And this one is very mean, very brutal, lots of trading each other, lots of politics over the table. Very different from Citadels, but it has this role selection mechanism, and Bruno played this game, he loved this mechanism, and that's how he came up with Citadels a few years later. So this small box is responsible for Citadels at your home. Are we done? I'm not sure. And of course we are not going to go through the whole collection. I will not show you all the boxes because this vlog would take a ton of time and it is quite boring. So just a few examples. Behind me you can see the shelf with some of the Portal games. So we see 51st State and the Price of the North, Imperial Settlers, Pret-a-Porter, and somewhere the Robinson Crusoe should be, and all these other boxes. You see Ounce and amazing, the best deck building on the market. Ounce, and you see Soul King and Millennium Blades. Oh my god, Millennium Blades is one of the best card games on the planet. Millennium Blades. And let's go here. We have a terrible lighting here. I'll try my best because very important. Oh, lighting. How can I something like that? You see something? Every gamer has to have Kallax shelf. And you were already confused. Hey, Ignacy, where's your Kallax? Of course, I have Kallax. This is my Kallax. I do it like a little bit better, right? No, not better. So this is my Kallax with my games. We see Simon. The others we see Blood Rage here. What we can see here. Photosynthesis, amazing abstract game. Yes, I am a huge fan of Arkham Horrors, of course, Arkham Horror. And here we see On Mars, amazing, and Yamatai, and Quadropolis, favorite from Mary, and 5 Tries. And of course, storytelling games. So I have here Sherlock Holmes, a ton of games at my home. So, and it was a very short invite to my games, my collection, because yes, this is a home office time. This is time to not go to the offices. So our vlog has to be a little bit different. And here's my challenge, here's my idea for the next week vlog, because I have to come up with something. I have to have a new content for you, because I want to be in touch with you. So my challenge for you is today, you put in the comments below question for me, and I promise I will answer every question put below. So if you put 100 questions, 200 questions, I will do it. Like, I am crazy, you know me for 4 years. This vlog of mine has on average 1,000 or 2,000 views. So if each of you want to make a prank, each of you put a comment below with a question, and I will get 2,000 questions, and you'll be having so much fun seeing me answering all these 2,000 questions. I guess it will not happen, but please don't hesitate. Everybody does now a fun time, and put the questions below, and the whole next episode of Portal Games vlog is just AMA. Ask me anything with Ignacy Trzewicek. Let me know in the comments what you want to know, and if this is 20 questions or 50 questions or 200 questions, I'm here for you. See you next week. Please share this channel in these very difficult times to give some joy to people, let them smile, let them see interesting stories about the board games. Share, like, comment. See you next time. Bye bye. And one more thing, because I forgot, and on our website for the past few days, every single day, we are posting and publishing new content. We are publishing it. We publish a ton of free content, including, of course, the Case for Detective, boards for Roll and Write, a ton of content. But the biggest surprise for everybody watching right now is that just today we published and released promos for the first Martians. Ta-da!